All right, what is up, everybody? We are live with a new college football stream that I am doing this week with another longtime friend, not just to me, but to my channel. My good buddy, Wolverine, the one and only legend. And as y'all can tell by the smile on his face, he is a happy Tennessee fan tonight. How you
Yeah,
doing, buddy?
yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You doing good?
Yeah, we are. We're doing really good. Both of our teams won, so can't be miserable this weekend.
Yep. Thankfully.
I know, right? But yeah, we're just gonna recap some of the games we thought were the most interesting. We'll talk about our teams and our performances over the weekend, and we'll talk about, guys, it's the best time of the year, rivalry week. This weekend it gets kicked off, and guess what? Clemson sucks. They absolutely suck. But let's look at the comments. What's up, Andrew? Gamecock fan says, "Yo, it's always nice to have a cupcake." I know, right?
Yeah, I know. Anchor down? What?
So Nino obviously pulling for Vandy, huh?
Wow, he's pulling for Vandy. That's crazy.
That is crazy indeed. That is insane, Zanino. But good to see you in here. But yeah, we'll be making fun of our rivals a little bit in this live stream. Now, of course, I'm going to save my South Carolina versus Clemson full on preview and prediction for um Wednesday's night show with my good buddy Andrew. Me and him will be live previewing, predicting the game. Maybe a little bit of trash talk because you had to have a little bit of fun. You have to have some fun with your rival. But what do you say, Lucas? How about we get this underway?
Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and do this.
Alrighty. All right. Hopefully everyone can see this, but might as well start with my second favorite team, Oklahoma, getting a win over the Mizzou Tigers, 17-6. There's really not much you can say about this one except for the fact that defense just absolutely dominated here. As they've been
Hmm.
doing all season long, the Oklahoma defense just suffocated and dominated, which was honestly what I expected going into this one. Like, I thought Missouri would be tough, especially with Ahmad Hardy and their running game and everything. But I picked Oklahoma to win because I knew the defense would be good enough. The defense is by far the bright spot on Oklahoma. Like that is the big bright spot because this offense, not much to write home about, unfortunately. And I understand that John Mateer has had moments of brilliance this season. He has. And he can still evade and make runs and throw some incredible passes to Satania and everything. And speaking of Satania, an incredible touchdown there. But my Sooners are one win away from very likely clinching a college football playoff spot.
Yeah. Oklahoma. This is a good win for them, like you said about the defense. The defense, really good. Probably the best defense in the SEC, to be honest with you, Oklahoma. Doesn't help the fact that, your offense hasn't really been that great. Uh, which honestly shocked because I know John Mateer played good at the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened. Uh, yeah, as Andrew
Well, his
said,
injury probably, like Andrew said, his injury probably messed him up a little bit. Not to cut you off.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I was about to say that's probably what Andrew meant. How that injury basically has messed him up. And I don't know, Oklahoma. You guys play LSU next, which LSU they struggled against Western Kentucky.
Yeah, beat him
So
by like 3 points.
yeah, so if I'm an Oklahoma fan, I'd feel pretty confident about heading into that game. LSU is not good. They are not good. I honestly would pick Oklahoma to win that game. I just don't see LSU winning that game. Everything's been bad for LSU.
Lucas, did
Just
you
really bad.
see the under in this game? Did you see the under for the Oklahoma Missouri game? Did you see it?
What was the over under?
Oh man, get ready for this one. This is so shocking. This is one of the most shocking over and unders I think I've probably ever seen. 36 and a half.
Wow.
That is unbelievable. And honestly, not surprising because neither of these teams, unfortunately, unfortunately for Oklahoma, offensively, just not very. It's just not, we have some wide receivers that can do a lot of good things, but it's just running the football has been a struggle for Oklahoma all season long. And I know Tory Blaylock, he's had a couple games where he's shown some flashes. Xavier Robinson has also had some moments of flashes, but it's just like I hate to say it, man, but man, look, Oklahoma, I love them, but I have to be very brutally honest here. Offensively, I don't think we're going to be good enough to win more than one game in the playoffs. Our defense, listen, we got a championship defense. We do. We got a championship level defense, and nobody is trying to deny that, okay? You'd have to be stupid or flat out just trolling to deny. What Brent Venables taking over the defense was the best decision he could have possibly made. And it's paid off in a big way. But it's like, offensively, if we do beat LSU, which I expect a very ugly game there too, probably going to be a lot similar to that Missouri game. I mean, both defenses can be really good. Both offenses are just god awful, but it's just we Oklahoma's got to get better offensively. They just have to. They have to because your defense, they've been good all season, but we've seen against teams like Ole Miss, even the best defenses can sometimes have a game where they get a little, like a good offense will be able to mess with them a little bit, if you know what I mean. So we've got to be better offensively. We do. Our offensive line has got to protect John Mateer better. They just have to. But it's just, look, defensively incredible. And beating Missouri is always fun for both of my teams, even though I hate to tell you, Missouri fans, Oklahoma, this is not a rivalry. Missouri fans really want this to be a rivalry. It's not. It is not a rivalry. It's not. I mean, look, Oklahoma and Missouri, they played in the Big 12 years ago, obviously before Missouri joined the SEC. But it's just this is not a rivalry. It's not a rivalry. It's like saying Oklahoma Missouri is a rivalry is like saying Texas and Arkansas is a rivalry. It's just not. I mean, yeah, they're former foes, but like just not it, dude. I mean, Oklahoma leads the all-time series 68-25 and 5. It's a domination is what it is, Mizzou. It just is. Look, Missouri, Bo Pribula is not, I did not expect him to be. I know there was rumblings, but I didn't think that he'd be back from Missouri. But it really didn't matter. It didn't matter. I mean, look, Ahmad Hardy, you want to know how good Oklahoma's defense is? When you shut down one of the best running backs in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Held Ahmad Hardy to let's look at it. Let's look at it.
Yeah, held him to
57
57.
rushing yards. You held him to 57 rushing yards.
If only you could have added 10 more yards to that.
Oh my God, dude! Again, seriously, Here we go with the 6-7 stuff. I swear, man. No, but um,
Oh my! Houston just choked. It's now tied.
yeah, I kind of figured that would happen, but
Oh my god!
again, we we look at
Wait!
rushing.
Oh, it's 67-67.
Oh my oh my god, dude. But
6-7. All right, I'll stop.
nah, it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, obviously John Mateer, the leading rusher, you can't really. I it feels like it's just a common theme, man. John Mateer has pretty much been our leading rusher for most of the season, from what I've seen. I mean, they just have, but again, good win for Oklahoma's defense. Offensively, so much to work on. I'm still, I'm not completely sold on Arbuckle yet as OC, but I will tell you, this defense is good enough to win any game. But there's going to come a game where Oklahoma is going to have to get that offense, and Ole Miss was an example of that. And I do believe Oklahoma will beat LSU. I think it's going to be another ugly game, kind of like this, but I just think Oklahoma's better. I think Oklahoma's better. LSU has got so many problems. They have so many problems, but that LSU defense is capable of giving OU's offense fits. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, your defense is so good that you can win a game 17-6. So that kind of goes into your advantage. One game away, one win away from the college football playoff if Oklahoma can take care of business at 3:30. I sure look, man. Those 6-7s in the chat. Dear God. But, look, man, Oklahoma hasn't made the playoffs since what, 2019? And I know it's not the 4-game playoffs anymore, but like it just feels like this program has just been itching to get back there. And it feels like at a place like Oklahoma, you can't have a 6-year drought. I mean, look, that's just the expectation at Oklahoma is different than a Missouri. A Missouri, look, Mizzou in 2023, that was what they love, right? But Oklahoma, I mean, we're talking about one of the proudest programs in college football.
Yeah, a
They
blue
expect
blood.
to be here every single year, so hopefully OU can take care of business. But what do you have any more thoughts on this one before we move to the other game? I know I've been rambling a lot, and I'm sorry. I do want to give you a chance to speak as well. Just giving my
No. No, you're good. Like you said, I mean, Oklahoma, Missouri. I mean, to be fair, I guess you couldn't. Missouri fans, of course, I would imagine consider that a rivalry, whereas Oklahoma fans don't. I guess you could say the same, I guess, for Kentucky and Tennessee, where we've dominated them for so long that maybe we just don't consider it a rivalry anymore. Uh, same with same with Vanderbilt. I don't even know if we really consider Vanderbilt a rivalry anymore. Uh, oh man, Syracuse has got the ball. Syracuse has got a chance to win this game. But yeah, I could see the final score of the Oklahoma for Oklahoma LSU game being like a very low scoring game. I could see the final score being something like 6-7 or something like that.
oh my god. Oh man.
Overtime in the Syracuse Houston game, by the way. But yeah, sorry. I know this is about football, but I don't know. I've just been very interested in this game.
Nah, you're good. I can't blame you. What's up, Dillmaker? Good to see you, buddy.
But yeah, it's going to be a very low scoring game between Oklahoma and LSU because
Probably
like
hard
you
to watch.
said,
Let's be honest. Probably going to be hard to watch.
yeah, because let's be honest, everybody likes to see points. That's basically the new college football. Everybody just likes to see points. They don't like to see defensive games.
Yeah. But I will tell you this, though. This Oklahoma defense has been extremely fun to watch. And we need them. If you can hold them down for just one more game, Oklahoma, you will be in the college football playoff. So hopefully they do that. But
Imagine if the final score actually does be 6-7.
oh man, enough with the 6-7.
All right, I'll stop.
I'm kidding. But um, hey, let's talk about this absolute. I mean,
Hey, I've tried to tell people Georgia Tech is a bunch of frauds. I tried to tell people.
oh man, poor Rec Talk and Sea Dog, bro. I was really hoping for them, man. I was really hoping that Georgia Tech would come through. They were one win away from it, and they just found a way to screw it up. And I think we all knew Georgia Tech's defense was very vulnerable. And I actually picked Pittsburgh to win this game. And I actually did have a feeling they would win that game by a couple scores. That's exactly what they did. I mean, before you even knew what was going on, it was like 21-0.
This chat has been taken over by brain rot. Yeah. But
yeah, I'm
I've got to
7 stuff's getting kind of old now. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna say Georgia Tech, man. Without Haynes King, they are awful. Without Haynes King,
where would they be without Haynes King? That's a really good question.
And I think this is Haynes King's final year, and it makes me wonder, like, when he leaves, is Georgia Tech just going to go back to being absolutely terrible?
Yeah, I mean, look, I felt like, yeah, same with me, Dillmaker. I cannot stand that 6-7 stuff. I just can't stand it. I mean, it's funny for a little bit, but then when it becomes excessive, it's just But oh boy, Georgia Tech. Oh boy. I mean, had you won this game, not only would you have been in the ACC championship game, you probably would have punched your ticket to the playoff too. I mean, there's going to be a lot of chaos and drama, I think, with the 12-team playoff, like who's getting in. I actually think there could be a 10-2 team or two left out. I mean, there's a real possibility of that, but man, Georgia Tech, I feel really, really bad. I feel bad for Sea Dog. I feel bad for Rec Talk. And I have a couple of friends who are Georgia Tech fans I genuinely feel bad for too, because I mean, after the hell they went through with Jeff Collins, they were on the brink of, I mean, you went from winning 3 games a year for like 3 straight years, and you were on the brink of getting your team to the ACC championship game and potentially the playoffs. And my God, dude, that's gonna sting for a long time for Georgia Tech fans. It just is. I mean, how you blow that game like that, and they did try to make a comeback as well, but it's just like that defense is just so bad. They're so bad. And I feel like we all saw this coming a mile away. And Georgia Tech fans, I hate to tell you, I think you're going to be looking at that Georgia game last year. I know Uncle Lou said something very similar. Georgia Tech fans might be looking at last year's Georgia Tech game as probably their shot that they blew. Because I don't see you beating Georgia. I don't.
Yeah.
And you sold your rights. Someone help get me to understand how you could sell a home game to your rival. Like, why would you do that? Why would you sell a home game to your rival for a neutral site? I mean, it's still in Atlanta, but it's being played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium or something. Like, why would you move the game from Bobby Dodd to? Help me understand that, Lucas, if you even can.
Yeah, well, and why you would do that? Just go ahead and take the home game on campus, because you need all you can get to try to get this win over Georgia. Because Georgia or Georgia Tech, I mean, they need to win this game to basically even have a talk about them even being in the playoffs now, because they can't even be in the ACC championship game anymore. They're eliminated from it. Uh, so you got to win this Georgia game. I mean, if you win it, there's still a chance that you can make it, but if you lose, you're of course out.
Yeah.
So you basically need everything that you can.
Yeah, that Georgia game becomes like, I mean, of course, if you're a Georgia Tech fan, that Georgia game, it's always important. It's always one you want to win. But like this year, it's like this is your only hope this year. And like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of chaos. I really do. When it comes to the selection show, I just think it's going to be a lot of chaos. There's some 10-2 teams I think that could very possibly get left out. And it's just if Georgia Tech can win this game, they very well could be right back in, or they could be. I mean, again, there's a lot of drama and stuff, but it's just I don't see Georgia Tech beating Georgia. I would love for it to happen. I would love to tell you it'd be another 8 overtime classic like it was last year, but it's just unfortunately I feel like Georgia is just going to be too much for them. I just do. I don't see Georgia Tech winning with that defense, man. I mean, I just don't. I don't. I hope to be wrong, but as of right now, I don't see him. What do you have any? What are your thoughts on this game? I know I've been rambling and stuff, but
I'm saying basically the same. I think Georgia's going to win this game. Georgia Tech, I don't think it's going to be a overtime game like it was last year, where it was pretty much game of the year. I don't see that happening again. I think they could honestly run away with this. Georgia Tech, like I've been saying it, they haven't been impressing me these last few weeks. They almost lost to Boston College, and of course they went down 28-0 in this game. Almost came back, but of course it wasn't enough. Georgia Tech just haven't been impressing me as of late, and I think I think they could actually run away with it.
very possible. And by the way, an interesting thing about that Boston College team, that was a 1-8, or that was a 1-win team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely not looking good for Georgia Tech, unfortunately. I mean, this is one you had to have. This was on your home field. And and here's the thing. Didn't Pitt get obliterated by Notre Dame?
Yes.
So I don't really think Pitt is all that good either, but I mean, look at this too. I mean, you want to talk about this? Georgia Tech, 2 turnovers to 0, 9 penalties, 3 for 14 on third down, 1 for 4 on fourth down. And here's the thing: they had more time of possession on Georgia Tech Pitt too. And look at this. Here's the thing. I mean, Pittsburgh is pretty much now. If Pittsburgh loses to Miami, I think would SMU get the jump? And would it be Virginia, SMU in the title? Though some real chaos could happen though if Virginia loses to Virginia Tech. If Pittsburgh loses and SMU loses, maybe Georgia Tech might have a little bit of a chance if it works that way. That's just. Do you agree with that?
Maybe, I don't know. I thought Georgia Tech was eliminated from the ACC title game.
They likely are. They would need some. I mean, they would need some colossal collapses to go their way, in my opinion. But I think they are without a doubt eliminated for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the ACC has just been pure chaos this year, man. I mean, it's just been pure. How do you even say it, dude? I mean,
Yeah.
Georgia Tech and Miami still technically. I mean,
I
it's
know.
just what a weird conference the ACC has been this year, man.
I know. The ACC this year has been absolutely terrible. I remember like growing up, like we used to call the ACC the All Clemson Conference because it seemed like Clemson was the only team in that conference that was worth anything. But of
Yeah,
course, Clemson sucks now. So what do we even call the
damn
ACC
right about
now?
that.
The all crappy conference? Is that what the ACC is now? The all crappy conference?
Maybe, but it's just like they've been beating up on each other all season long, man. Especially these last few weeks.
Yeah,
This
The ACC is a
How
joke.
about the all chaos conference? Because it's just been pure chaos. It's been,
Yeah.
been pure chaos lately. But you got any final thoughts on Pitt versus Georgia Tech before we move on to the next one?
Well, I guess congratulations to Pitt and Georgia Tech. You're not making the playoffs. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. You would no. It's not happening.
Yeah, have fun in the Reliant Quest Bowl.
Ah,
I,
dang man. Um, as you know, it is rivalry week for you guys, and of course that means you got to go up against Vandy, and yeah, Vandy beat the shit out of Kentucky. as
yeah,
I
Kentucky.
as I told Nuclear this was what was going to happen. I did. I told him this was what was going to happen, and I know Cutter Boutte has kind of excited some Kentucky fans, but it's just like, bro, you were not beating Diego Pavia in his final home game, and Diego Pavia, he shined. He
Yeah,
shined, dude. I mean, he absolutely balled out for his final game in First Bank Stadium. I mean, he lit it up on Kentucky. And look, it goes without saying how much Diego Pavia has meant to Vanderbilt. I mean, he has. Clark Lee's a good coach in my opinion, but Diego Pavia I think has really done a lot for this Vanderbilt team, and I think a lot of Vandy's success is around him. A lot of it is. I mean, of course, it's a team sport, so I mean, it needs everyone. But like, I mean, there's no doubt that number two has just been something special for Vanderbilt. They have 604 yards, and Pavi did have that one interception that his sister was giving him hell about in the post game.
uh,
They
I
showed this
can't.
bomb like a million times too. Like, is this becoming like a Taylor Swift type of thing for like every Chiefs game? They show Taylor Swift like 20 times. They probably showed Pavia's mom like 20 times too. Like, is that what we're going towards now?
Yeah, I can't stand Diego Pavia. I've already told you my thoughts on Diego Pavia. I think he is the most arrogant player in all of college football. He acts like he runs all of college football, and he acts like he runs the state and he runs the SEC. Like, dude, you don't. Like, you play for Vanderbilt. You play for Vanderbilt, who historically is one of the worst teams to ever exist. Like, stop acting like you're the second coming of Johnny Manziel. Like, you wish you was Johnny Manziel. You literally wish he was Johnny Manziel. Like, he is like what he's been doing as of late has been absolutely cringe. Like the other day, I saw him do like a TikTok where he was flexing all of his money and saying how he wants to date Tate McRae. Like, dude, no one cares. Stop it. You're being cringe. Just stop.
Tate McRae.
Like,
Oh yeah, him and thanks Gamecocks by the way, but him and Theo Vaughn made some kind of bet or something about that. Like, hey, if they beat South Carolina, Theo Vaughn gets to go on a date with his mother, and Pavia said, "Well, Theo left something out. Only happens if you get me a date with Tate McRae." So, yeah, but look, man. I mean, I especially understand your how you feel about Vandy. Don't worry, I'm gonna let you talk some trash about Vanderbilt later too, because it's rivalry week, so we got to give our rivals the business in this stream. Though me and Andrew will do that a lot on Wednesday night during our show. And by the way, I will be at the Carolina Clemson game this year. I will be there. I will be attending that shit show in person. Shout out to my boy Gavin in the chat. I really appreciate you, buddy. But yeah.
But yeah, it was. I just got I hate Vandy winning this game, but I will laugh at Kentucky for this though. Nuclear actually thought Kentucky stood a chance in this
I
game,
know. I
and it
know.
was absolutely hilarious to me. And he tried to backtrack and say, "Oh, I was just being sarcastic. I was just being sarcastic." Like, no, you weren't. No,
Uh,
you weren't. You was like, "Oh, Cutter Boley, he's the future. He's gonna save
oh
Kentucky
man.
football."
Bro, I heard that all week leading up to the Carolina Kentucky game. All I heard was how this Cutter Bowley guy was going to be all this great. And he's done some nice things for sure. But, bro, South Carolina made him look like he made him look like nothing. I mean, think about how bad you had to be to get blown out by Mike Shula. Think about that. I mean, down bad, bro. Kentucky's down bad. Vanderbilt dominated them. Pavia he had a career day pretty much. I mean, again, he went off. He went off. I wonder if FT will sit in section 6-7. I will literally kill you, Andrew. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Riley 6-7 comments, bro. Why?
Cutter Boley at best could be only the 6th or 7th best QB in the SEC.
Oh god, these 6-7 comments, bro. But yeah, Vandy dominates, and now it's up to you, and it's up to you, Lucas. It's up to your team to keep Diego Pavia and Vandy out of the college football playoff.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we will. Oh, I'll talk about that game here in a little bit.
Yeah. But guess what time it is, buddy? It's your turn. It is your turn. But before we start, I am going to eat some crow here. Tennessee fans, I am sorry because I actually picked Florida to win this game because of the history in the swamp. And because I've seen Florida, one game Florida will get whipped by someone terrible and then they'll come out and nearly beat a ranked team. It's just Florida's one of those teams you almost have no idea about. So that's what scared me coming into this game. But Tennessee just whooped them. I mean, they just absolutely whooped them. It wasn't close. I mean, Florida is a disaster of a program. They just freaking are. They are. But I want to give Lucas the lead on this one because this is his team. With that being said, the floor is all yours, buddy.
All right. If you guys don't know the history between this, people will say, "Why is Tennessee fans so excited about this game? Like, why are they so happy about this win over like a Florida team who was 3-7 heading into this game?" People don't understand. Like Tennessee was winless in the swamp since 2003. 2003 was the last time we beat Florida in the swamp. I wasn't even born yet. Florida in the swamp. The first time I was ever able to see it with my own eyes was Tennessee beating Florida in the swamp. Like, it was just an incredible win. I can't believe we dominated Florida. I thought it was going to be a close game. And I picked Florida to beat us because, after we lost to them in 2023, after like I bragged so much about how Tennessee was going to finally beat Florida in the swamp, when we lost to them that year, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pick Florida forever to beat us in the swamp until I actually see it with my own eyes. And that's why, and I stuck with my word. I picked Florida to win this game, but deep down, I had a feeling that Tennessee was going to win this game somewhat, which we did. I mean, props to us. I mean, Joey Aguilar played an incredible game. He did. I couldn't have asked for a better performance from Joey Aguilar. He played nearly perfect. Deshaun Bishop played really good. Star Thomas played pretty good. Braylon Staley, Chris Brazzell. Florida has like one of the worst offenses, but our defense, man, almost shut them down. And we shut them out for basically 3 quarters, which I was really impressed by that. And it makes me start to wonder, like, because if you don't know, Boo Carter was a player on this team. He ain't anymore, but he was absolutely like a cancer. Like, it seemed like he just did not care at all to be on this team. And every single time he was on the field, it seemed like he would just not even care and he wouldn't even hustle or anything. But now since he's gone, our defense has seemed to have gotten a little bit better. And it makes me wonder, has our defense entirely been a Tim Banks problem, a Boo Carter problem, or a combination of both? Because Boo Carter, man, ever since he got left out, the defense has actually been playing a little bit better. But we'll find out about the defense next week on if our uh, if if it was actually a Boo Carter problem, which hopefully it was. Hopefully it was. But nonetheless, I just want to say I can't believe we beat Florida in the Swamp, man. This is an incredible win for this program. Josh Heupel has done something that the past 3 coaches hasn't even been able to do, and that's beat Florida in the Swamp, man. It was just incredible, just incredible. But yeah, Florida, I don't know what to think of Florida for the future. They're absolutely terrible, and I don't even know who they're going to get as their new head coach, because I don't think they're getting Kiffin. I just don't think they are. So yeah, I think Florida, if they mess up this hire, I could see them, taking a path like how Tennessee did a few years ago, which honestly, that would bring me joy. That would bring me absolute joy. And hopefully we can, get 10 straight on them or something. And just one last thing, I'm just gonna do this really quick.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean Tennessee handled business. I mean that was the best I think I've seen your defense look all season, dude. And I know Florida is a terrible team. That they have a horrible offense, but I mean Tennessee has found ways to make teams look good offensively. I mean, I still don't think Tim Banks is entirely the guy for you guys because I mean he's done this crap before, dude. I mean he's had games really bad like before Boo Carter, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean I 100% get what you're saying, but I still think Tim Banks is a problem. But he didn't cost you on Saturday, so that's a good thing. Um, Look, this was almost a perfect storm for Tennessee to beat Florida in the Swamp. I mean, it was Florida, and they just been bad. And I wonder if the distractions on the Lane Kiffin thing, which I think if Lane Kiffin goes anywhere, which it sounds like things are trending in the direction, he's probably going to leave. But we'll talk about that later. LSU is likely the front runner here, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had Florida winning this game by 6 or 7 points, and and no, they ended up losing by 20 points. So
Man, if for
man,
a second, I thought for a second we was gonna shut them out. I really did.
I feel that way about my team, the Gamecocks game against Coastal, which I guess I mean I made a post game live and I talked about it. I guess I'll talk about I'll give some final thoughts or anything, but these guys in the comments are killing me with the 6-7 stuff. But Yeah, this is a big win for Tennessee. I know it's Florida, but I mean, like this Tennessee hasn't won in the swamp in um, God, 22 years. So it was a good win. And you look at this, um, Tennessee just 452 yards of offense or total yards. Oh man, who if you guys don't stop your ground. Yeah. But yeah, good win for you guys. And there's any Joey Aguilar haters? Uh by the way, this stuff is really cool. Joey Aguilar doing the chomp too, like you just did, was also really, really cool.
Yeah, Braylon Staley. One of the first things Braylon Staley, who was one of our star receivers, he first thing he did after the game was over, he went over to the Florida student section and started doing the gator chomp in their faces. It was absolutely amazing.
Oh man, oh man. But I'll tell you what. Speaking of celebrations, I'll talk about this. My Green Bay Packers beat the soul out of the Minnesota Vikings, which, if you guys know about the Packers, that's one of our rivals. I honestly hate them more than I hate the Bears. And I can't stand the Bears this season. They're always obnoxious, but they're extra obnoxious right now. I cannot stand the Chicago Bears. But I'll tell you what, Viking fans blow them out on almost every level of like the worst NFL fans. I cannot stand the Vikings. I freaking hate them. And I'm glad that Green Bay freaking owns you. They own you. And guess what? Speaking of victory, Sellies, Green Bay went up to after JJ McCarthy does what JJ McCarthy does for a goddamn interception. The Packers players went up to the end zone and mocked the skull chant, and the entire crowd got into that. Oh man, that was epic. I loved every second of that. I loved every second of that. Inject that into my freaking soul. Vikings, you're freaking terrible. We're gonna beat you again in Minnesota in a few weeks. And Lions, your Thanksgiving's about to be ruined again. Just is what it is. Just prepare accordingly. Because that turkey is not going to taste very good after what the Packers do to you again in your stadium. So, yeah. But, anyways, guess we'll move on and maybe we'll talk about how the hell you lose to Wisconsin, Illinois.
Wisconsin 2-game winning streak.
Oh, man. Man, Brett
But
Bielema down
yeah,
bad, ain't he?
Illinois. Yeah, man, people thought Illinois could actually be something this year. Some people had them preseason ranked in the top 10.
Oh,
Well, that was wrong.
yeah, I guess those substitutions and taunting's not working out for you, is it, Brett? What a shame, man. What a shame. But look, I can't talk because I mean, what we were preseason number 13 and we're 4-7, so I can't talk. I mean, we got the same record as Wisconsin, so my team has been absolutely horrible this year. Which, again, I'll mention more of that when we talk about Clemson in a minute. Though, of course, I'm going to save my entire Clemson preview when I do the show of Andrew. But man, how the hell you lose to Wisconsin, bro? Like that. I mean, Illinois. Brett Bielema, I mean, it's amazing what happens when you can't taunt everybody, huh?
Yeah, that's just an embarrassing loss. Wisconsin is just not good at all. Man, my headset's going off. I think it might be about to die.
Oh. But I'm just gonna say this: Illinois, they got their biggest win in program history, in the Cheez-Its Bowl against the Gamecocks, and they actually thought they was gonna do something this year. That's sad. I mean, they got their biggest win, maybe not since program history, but definitely their biggest win this century. I mean, look, dude, that was Illinois' first 10-win season since 2003. So that was definitely their biggest win in over a century, or excuse me, this century, I should say. Definitely their biggest win in like 20 something years. And man, they thought they were gonna do something with it. They did nothing with it. What a joke. Yeah, hold the L, Illinois. Hold the L. Hold it.
To Luke Fickell, which surprising enough, he's not getting fired, which is shocking to me. Wisconsin's actually going to keep him. That's that was shocking to me.
Oh, we gonna talk about Mike Norvell in a second too. What is Florida State doing, bro?
That Florida State is so unserious, dude.
Like that? How? Listen, that actually shocks me. You're Florida State. This was a program that was actually winning stuff. What has happened to them? Florida State, what's happened to you? Are you really one of the programs that I've grown up seeing win is now an unserious freaking football program? Dude, I still remember that 2013 Florida State team with Jameis Winston. I mean, that was one of the best teams I've seen in my lifetime. That was a really good team. Dude, Florida State, man, in 2023, they thought they had something. What is going on with Florida State? It is so obvious that Mike Norvell is a problem at Florida State, and they're going to keep this guy around. Is it because of that 2023 season? Is that why you're doing this?
Possibly. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe Florida State can't afford the buyout. I don't know.
Man. Boy, Florida State, though. I mean, that's just. Yeah, but just like I said, man, that's just. I don't know what Florida State's doing. They've. It's actually kind of. It'd be so funny if it wasn't so sad. Look, man, that Florida State game, we joke about how Carolina Clemson is going to be the trash game of the century. You know what? I still think that game is by far between two terrible football teams, but that Florida State game, dude, like that ought to be aired on the freaking Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, Disney Plus, whatever channel. Maybe South Carolina and Clemson just be aired on the CW. Wow. We'll let Florida State take a place on the Comedy Central. That's going to be a terrible freaking game.
Yeah,
put it up. Such a bad game.
Yeah, put it on PBS Kids. I don't know.
Yes, Kids. That's another option. Oh man. But yeah, might as well give some final thoughts here. 51-7, South Carolina absolutely dominated Coastal Carolina, and look, I actually thought this. I gave Coastal too much credit, man. I thought Coastal was going to hang with us, and I didn't think our offensively we could score 51 points. And look, I want to make something very clear. I don't think everything is fixed just because you beat Coastal this bad. I don't. I'm not one of those people who are going to tell you I think we should promote Fury to OC because we did this. Look, was I satisfied for the most part of how our offense played? Yeah, because we saw some things that we haven't seen all season with some of the play calls. But at the same time, Coastal Carolina's they were without their starting quarterback, and defensively they're just bad. They're bad, and that's not to take anything away from Carolina in the offense because, again, we saw some versions of Lenoris that we hadn't seen since last year, and South Carolina handled business. They handled business against Coastal, and I picked a 35-24 South Carolina win. I had this game being like the Jacksonville State game a couple years ago, and South Carolina, I mean, this win does really nothing for you except for giving you something to smile about for one day and maybe giving yourself a little bit of excitement going into the Clemson game. Because here's the harsh reality. beating Clemson and going to a bowl game is not the expectation in South Carolina. It shouldn't be. I think Carolina fans, you've got to higher your expectations if you want to win. You can't be okay with mediocrity. You just can't. You can't be okay with mediocrity. But at the same time, bro, that Clemson game's a Super Bowl this year because we ain't got nothing else. No bowl game for Carolina. This game is everything for us this year. It just is. And I know some people are going to say, whoa, I can't believe you said that. That game don't mean nothing to me. Well, it means something to the kids. It means something to the guys in the locker room because this is all they had. This is the state championship. So you know what? No bowl game this year. No, I mean, all your goals, every goal you had pretty much died after the Vanderbilt game. Let's be real. But this rivalry game almost becomes everything. All right, man. Y'all. All right, y'all. Stop with the 6-7 stuff. Come on now. It's actually starting to get a little old now. It is
Yeah,
starting to get kind of old now. So,
what man? What have I done?
it's all good, but yeah, I mean, you like to see us get a win finally because we haven't done it in like 2 months. I mean, we've just been very down bad. I've been talking about how down bad some of these other teams are. South Carolina's really down bad, dude. I mean, really freaking down bad. But I'll tell you what, I do want to thank the South Carolina seniors, and I really do because for as brutal and just awful as the season has been, just this could have been a game where they just gave up and just didn't give a shit. I mean, really, it could have been one of those games where they just you lost bowl eligibility in one of the most soul crushing ways imaginable against Texas A&M, where you were up like 30-3 and blew that lead somehow. I mean, just I had to question last week would that just completely demoralize this team and get them into the I don't care and full give up mode. Well, didn't happen. They went out there and they whooped Coastal. And now one more home game against the arch rival, the Clemson Taters, the orange freaking hillbillies upstate in South Carolina. Lucas, did you know Clemson fans can't read and that's why they have those paws on the road? Because
Or
the Clemson fans are so stupid. They can't read the road signs. So the inhabitants of Tatertown have to look at the paws on the road to guide them because they can't freaking read. They're illiterate. They can't write and they can't read.
yeah,
So they need a bunch of paws to show them where to go. That's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. But
I've
yeah.
already told you. Like, I actually don't like Clemson. Uh,
And I
because
love you for having that opinion.
because Clemson, when we beat them in the Orange Bowl, they didn't post a score after we beat them. Which seems like to me like a bunch like loser behavior.
Yeah, I can't remember what sport it was. I think it was in women's basketball a couple years ago, but Carolina beat Clemson like bad in women's basketball a couple years ago, and Clemson women's basketball didn't even post a final score. They just said something like, "Next up, we got this team," and they got clowned for that. Absolutely dragged for it. I did it too. I dragged them on Twitter over that too. So,
Yeah,
and I know Carolina's done it a couple times, so I can't really talk because Carolina's also had some times where they refused to post the final score. But yeah, it is hate week. It's hate week. The Palmetto Bowl is this weekend. I will be in there. I will be there, and I'm hoping to walk out of that stadium with a smile on my face because the truth is, man, I mean, it's just the Palmetto Bowl because you have nothing to play for. Um, that's the game for you now. That's the game for you now. It just is. But even if we do beat Clemson, nothing erases what a disaster of a season it's been. But yeah, that really, I guess I've covered every game I really wanted to cover
Yeah,
from
there
last
wasn't really a
weekend.
lot of big games last week.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, we already did point and laugh at Florida State, so is it really worth doing again?
Not really. Florida, we all know Florida State is terrible.
Yeah, Oregon beat you Southern Cal by 2 scores. Oklahoma 70-7. Notre Dame annihilated Syracuse.
Yeah.
This was an epic game. Utah over Kansas State. That was a really epic game. Of course, we talked about the colossal disaster for Georgia Tech against Pitt. 52-37. Texas over Arkansas. That game was really never in doubt for a second. It just wasn't. I mean, Arkansas kept it close for like a few minutes, and then just Texas just absolutely pulled away. That being said, Lucas, it's rivalry week.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Egg Bowl at noon on Friday. Georgia Tech at 3:30 on Friday, and Texas A&M and Texas at 7:30, which I actually think that's going to be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
And Arizona State. Looking forward to that.
Indy. Yeah, for Indiana, Purdue. I can't wait to see that.
Oh man. But we got Ohio State, Michigan at noon. Might as well start with that. I mean, look. Uh, Ohio State a 9.5 point favorite, 78% chance to win the game. You know, I would look at this and I would tell you that Ohio State I felt like would beat Michigan's butt because it really feels like they should.
Yeah.
But I had that same feeling last year. Michigan has had Ryan Day's number. They just have. And it's at the big house. Now, this, of course, is going on at the same time of Carolina Clemson. So, and with me being in the stadium on Saturday, I will not be able to pull out my phone really because I'm gonna have my eyes glued to the field. Oh man, dude, I, football logic would tell me Ohio State should roll in this one and get revenge on Michigan, but it's like, why do I have a feeling Michigan's gonna win again? Why? What has Michigan and Bryce Underwood shown any of us for us to think they're gonna win this game? But here's the thing: nothing would make Ohio State happier than to knock Michigan. And do you think Michigan's even getting in at 10-2? Do you? I don't know because we wanted to see where the playoff rankings are tomorrow night for these teams. But it's just, man, nothing will make Ohio State happier than to knock Michigan out of the playoffs. With that being said, I am going with Ohio State to win the game, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if Michigan found a way to beat Ryan Day yet again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think same with you. Ohio State has been looking like the best team in all of college football these past few weeks. Uh, in Michigan, of course, this is a big rivalry game. Some people consider it as the biggest rivalry in all of college football.
The game,
Michigan, yep, the game. So Michigan, of course, they're obviously going to come out. The fans are going to come out. Uh, and I know Michigan, they're hungry because I know they want to get their fifth win in a row against Ohio State because Michigan has literally beaten Ohio State 4 years in a row.
man. Remember when Ohio State was dominating Michigan for like 11 years or something? Man, how the
Yeah,
tables have turned.
I know how it's turned. And it makes me wonder because last year, man, like everybody was like telling me how if Ohio State lost to Michigan again, that Ryan Day was going to be fired, which was absolutely crazy to me. Like,
Yeah.
uh, and I was like, do they really care about beating Michigan more than winning like the national championship? And apparently they was said yes, they care about beating Michigan more, which is crazy to me. Uh,
Oh man.
Uh, and it makes me wonder if he loses this game, if he'll all of a sudden be on the hot seat by Ohio State fans just because he can't beat Michigan.
Oh man. Yeah,
Imagine
Ohio
that.
State will not look, man. There there are things Ohio State fans. There's not a lot of Ohio State fans can tolerate. Losing to Michigan 5 in a row, certainly not one of them. So, at Ohio State, look, man, they might do this again. They might lose to Michigan again this year and still win the college football playoff like they did last year. I mean, they could, but I mean, it just feels like at some point Ohio State's got to beat Michigan again. And Ohio State fans, like they're just, everyone says, well, these rivalry games shouldn't be the focal point of everyone's seasons. Well, they are for some people. That's just the reality of it. Like some people would rather beat their rival than win a championship. I am not one of those people, but there are people out there that are like that. Personally, I'd rather win a natty than beat Clemson. That's
Exact.
me. I mean, do
Yeah.
I love beating Clemson? Absolutely. But I'd rather win the SEC or a natty than beat the Tigers. I'm serious. I would.
Yeah. That's basically how I like. Listen, I love it when we beat Alabama, and I love it when Alabama lose. But if you was to tell me, like, if I had to pick a season, like between losing to Alabama,
No.
where if you told me like you could have one of these two seasons, with one season being where you go 11-1, lose to Alabama, but win the national championship, and then go 12-0 while beating Alabama but losing the national championship. I'm taking the season where we lose to Alabama but we win the national championship. That's what I'm taking.
Fair. Fair. And yeah, I agree. I agree. I'd rather win a championship than beat my rival. I just would. But anyways, moving on from this, I think we Oh, did you give your prediction yet? I thought you
Uh,
did.
oh yeah, I'll just say I think Ohio State will win, but I got Michigan to cover.
Hey, I mean, yeah, I could see that. They're a 44 over and under. It's a 9.5 point favorite. Uh, Ohio State is over Michigan. I do think Ohio State wins. Maybe this is the year where Ohio State gets that much wanted big win over Michigan, but I could see Michigan potentially getting them again because they kind of
If
yelled daddy. But
if that happened again, it would be hilarious.
it would. But the Taters and the Gamecocks at noon. I'll be here. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna save my prediction for when I do a live with Andrew in a couple days. So I might let you give your thoughts on this one. As a Tennessee fan, Lucas, what do you think about this one? I'm interested to hear your thoughts, sir.
I'm just gonna say this about Clemson really quick. Clemson, man, they have honestly let me down. They've let a lot of people down. I thought Clemson was gonna be really good this year.
Me
I
too.
like I projected Clemson to be winning the ACC title, making the playoffs, possibly even competing for a national championship this year. But of course, that didn't come to case. It just shocks me though. I thought Kate Klubnik, man, he has regressed a lot, and it's shocking to me because he was actually pretty good last year. I thought he was going to take this offseason, get better, and Clemson was just going to be a much better team this year than they were last year. But of course, that wasn't the case. They're a big steaming pile, is what Clemson is. But of course, that goes the same for South Carolina too. They're also a big steaming pile. It's basically movable force versus stoppable object in this game is pretty much what it is.
Fair,
Uh,
fair.
and of course, when was the last time South Carolina beat Clemson at Williams-Brice?
2013.
2013.
Yeah, it's been 12 years. Oh,
Ooh. But you know what? I've been saying it like the ACC is just absolutely terrible. Like just absolutely god awful. And you know what? I'm going to say I think South Carolina finally does it. I got South Carolina winning this game. They're going to prove to everybody that the SEC
oh,
is just a much better conference. So I got South Carolina.
let's go. I love it. 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 Yeah, but again, I'm gonna save my thoughts for a couple days, but I will say like you said, man, I mean both of these teams not where I thought either one of these, not where a lot of people thought either one of these teams would be, man. Clemson, I want you to know something. As much as I freaking hate you, I actually had a lot of confidence in you going into this season. I really did. I actually had more faith in you than some of my Clemson friends did. And a lot of them thought that you would be good too, but I actually thought you guys could be a potential title contender. I really believed in you, Taters, and don't get me wrong. I'm glad to see the Taters have fallen this far. I am. I am glad. I am glad that the Taters have fallen this far. It makes me happy because look, Clemson's been at the top of college football for a while. They have. And during that time, I had to endure a lot from the Clemson fans talking about how, oh, I can't imagine being at 6 wins. Well, look where you are now, buddy. Look where you are now. Welcome to the freaking club. You're one of us now, pal. You had your moment. You had your moment. Now, one of us. One of us. One of us. That's what you are now. Welcome to the mediocrity club, Taters. Hate to tell you. No, I don't really hate it. In fact, I really enjoy it. But yeah, both teams very disappointing, man. This is the Palmetto Toilet Bowl, man. That's what this is. Because both teams are so bad. Oh God. And I have to go and watch this shit fest in person. But hey, it's my first time going to Carolina Clemson football games, so I am looking forward to that. Look, it might be at noon, but you guys know the intensity for a Clemson Carolina game. It don't matter what time it is. And Williams-Brice, dude, it will be loud. It will be insane. And I just can't wait to be there. And I'm hoping that I get to walk out of that stadium with a smile on my face, celebrating. I'm hoping I get to go there and witness the first win against Clemson in 12 years at home. But you know that is one thing that worries me coming into this one. The fact that just you would think, Lucas, that it being at home would favor the Gamecocks. But when you look at the historicness of this, when you look at is historicness even a word? Well, it is now. I just invented it, so yeah. But when you look at the history of this rivalry, do you want to? Let me ask you this, Lucas. Take a guess. How many times do you think South Carolina has beaten Clemson at home since 1980? Take a guess.
I'm going to say 10.
Nope. 5.
Wow.
5 times since 1980. Again, that's bonkers, man. That is just bonkers. So I mean, Carolina really needs a win at home against Clemson. It's about time. It is because I mean, Carolina's won the last 2 out of 3. No one's going to deny Clemson has dominated and owned this rivalry historically. They just have. Like me being a Gamecock fan, I'm not going to deny that because it's just I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you Clemson hasn't dominated this rivalry historically because they have. But over the last couple years, South Carolina's kind of gained some ground on the Tigers. They've won 2 of the last 3, beating them twice in a row at their house. It's so weird, this rivalry, because the away team has had more success. That's crazy when you really think about it. I mean, it really is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going to the game. I'm expecting a really, really fun atmosphere. It always will be. The stadium will be loud and rocking, as it always will be for a Carolina Clemson game. It don't matter what the record is. It doesn't matter how good or bad these teams are. I mean, it will look. South Carolina could be an 11-0 football team, and Clemson could be 1-10, and it would still be electric at Williams-Brice. It would, because it's that much of an intense and hated rivalry. It just is. But I look, man. I love your prediction. I'm hoping you're right. Nothing will make me happier than to see Carolina go in there and beat Clemson. Go into Williams-Brice and beat Clemson. What's up? Speaking of Clemson, what's up, Tiger Raven? Good to see you, buddy. It's possible that my Tigers lose to South Carolina on Sunday, or excuse me, Saturday, because y'all have a more physical offense and defense than we do. Honestly, I just had that feeling Clemson will lose. I'll be honest with you, bro. I've been going back and forth in my mind over this one. I favored Clemson for weeks coming into this game, but it's like both teams have the capability to find some stupid way to lose this game. I mean, both teams just have the capability to find some dumb, weird, hilarious way to lose this game. They just do. I mean, right now, again, if you want to tune in on Wednesday night, Tiger Raven, I'll give my prediction for the game. But as a Gamecock fan, how am I feeling about this game? Very mixed feelings. I'll just say that. I feel like we could absolutely win this game, but I know we could absolutely lose it too. You know, it's just one of those games where you can see a win and you can see a loss, like two things very easily. If that sounds familiar, it makes any sense. But yeah, hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. Please, Carolina. Hopefully, I can bring you the magic, because this is my first time going to a Carolina Clemson football game ever. My parents went back in 2011 when they beat Clemson, like, what was it, like 34-13 or something. This dominated them. I remember that game. I went to the Carolina Clemson women's basketball game in Carolina once. So, I mean, hey, my track record at going to Carolina Clemson events are already pretty good. So, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, I can bring that magic for my Gamecocks on Saturday, because they're going to need it. They are going to need it. This will not be easy. I'm expecting an ugly game here. But again, I'll talk about it more later. Let's find. I think we already talked about LSU Oklahoma, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you the floor for this one. Lucas, I just want you to let them have it, baby. They say you're the best. I just want you to let them suffer. I just want you to let them suffer.
Wait.
Make them suffer. Tear them up. The floor is yours, my friend.
All right. I've been hearing it all off season about Diego Pavia, about how he's going to, quote unquote, run the state this year, which is actually kind of crazy to me, considering Vanderbilt, they can't even run a good football team most of the time. It's just shocking to me how they actually think they're going to beat us this year. Which, who knows, they could possibly, but I don't think they will. Tennessee has been playing really good as of late. Vanderbilt, I guess, has too, but Vanderbilt, like, who have they even beat? They haven't even really beaten any good teams. Like, they played Texas, they friggin' lost. They played Alabama, they friggin' lost. Like, they can't beat anybody. And they have to come to our house this year. And normally, back then I would just, blink an eye and just be like, oh, it's Vanderbilt. Like, I don't really care about them. But of course, this year, just is different because of how cocky Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt has become. Even their 5 fans, about how loud their 5 fans on Twitter have been. And one of them even said they were going to try to checker Neyland with black and gold, which is crazy to me considering they can't even fill their own stadium. They got taken over by Kentucky. Their stadium got taken over in your best season of all time. You get still taken over by teams like Kentucky. That is embarrassing. You're supposed to be an SEC school and you're out here getting taken over, dude. Like, and I really need Tennessee to come out and just absolutely put the whooping on Vandy to just put them back into reality, because they need to be put back in reality. They have like one good year and they act like they're the greatest thing ever. But and I know there's gonna be some people, gonna root for Vandy, which, you know what, that's completely fine. That's completely fine if you want to root for Vandy. Just know that you're rooting for an arrogant piece of crap in Diego Pavia. He's the most arrogant scumbag player I've ever seen in all of college football. Like I said, he thinks he's Johnny Manziel. He's literally the Wish version of Johnny Manziel, is what Diego Pavia is. And to come out this Saturday and just snap Vanderbilt back into reality. Because all this chirping by the Vandy fans has honestly gotten on my nerves. Like, the series, for Vanderbilt to just even the series against Tennessee, I've looked it up. They would have to win like 47 games in a row against Tennessee just to tie the series.
Holy crap, dude. That's worse than what we had to do to tie it with Clemson. Holy God. Oh,
yeah. Man. But yeah, shirt on right now or anything, but I don't care. I'm picking Tennessee to win this game. I don't know what the final score is going to be, but give me Tennessee to knock Vanderbilt out of the playoffs and get in Diego Pavia's dreams of winning a Heisman and just end his season and end his college career, because after this year he's done. And I will be so happy to see him go. I will be so happy to see him go. It'll actually bring me tears of joy to see Diego Pavia leave Vanderbilt. I will literally be so happy.
Yeah, I will say this. I'll give my opinion on this game. I'm expecting a really good one here, y'all. I think this one could personally go either way. I really do. I do think it being at Neyland is going to be a difference maker here, but Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt, and I understand what you're saying about Diego. I completely do understand, and I have my thoughts on Pavia too. I believe he's a good quarterback, but I definitely can understand people being frustrated with, the cockiness, the attitude, the Timu, Johnny Manziel attitude, and stuff like that. I completely understand. And look, Vandy fans, they've annoyed me a lot too at times. They really have. I've been happy for them for the most part because look, like we said, dude, Vandy has never had a 10-win season in the history of their program. That's how bad they've been. Listen, I get it. South Carolina's been a crap fest for the majority of their program too. But at least I can say my team has won double digits. At least I can say we've had double-digit wins in our history. Vandy beat us for the first time in nearly 20 years this year, and it was with a Mike Shula offense and an injured Lenora Sellers. I think this is going to be a battle. Diego Pavia said it. He called his shot in the offseason. He said, we will run the state of Tennessee this year. This is big for Vandy, and this is big for Pavia because unlike Tennessee right now, and I don't say this in a way to bring y'all down, Vandy still has a shot at the playoffs. If they win, I'm pretty sure they'll be in. If they didn't get in with a win, it would be a travesty. It would, in my opinion. It would be. Nothing will make Tennessee and Tennessee fans happier than to be the one to ruin Vandy and Pavia's dreams. A 9-3 season would still be good for Vandy, don't get me wrong. But Vandy has a chance for their first 10-win season in school history. And above all of that, a chance to get into the college football playoff. If they win this game, Vandy would have done it. And it would be one of the greatest stories in the sports world. Knowing Vanderbilt pretty much being the doormat of the conference for as long as we can remember to make the college football playoff. If you would have asked anyone 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, if Vandy would have made a college football playoff, even with the 12 team, almost everybody you would have known would have said absolutely not. Hell would freeze before Vandy made the college football playoff. Well, they're close. All they need is one more win. But here's the thing. You got to go and play them on the road in Knoxville. You got to go and play Tennessee in Knoxville. And I know Oklahoma went in there and won and everything, but Neyland's been a very tough place to play. I think this will be a very good game. I think this will be competitive and back and forth. I think this will be a duel between Pavia and Aguilar. But guess what? I do think Tennessee finds a way to win in the end. I just think Tennessee will be too much at the end of the day for Vandy. Look, I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything like that, but I think Tennessee in their home field will do more to get this win, and they will send Diego Pavia and Vandy off 9-3 and out of playoff consideration. I know everyone would love to see Vandy win because it'd be such a good story. Look at Vanderbilt. This team that used to pray to just make a bowl game is in the college football playoff. But it's just I don't think they beat Tennessee. I don't think they beat them. And if this was in Nashville, and obviously Vandy, even when they're good, like we said, still not. It's more of a home field advantage than it's been in years past, but it's still not a full home field advantage like you're going to see in Neyland Stadium. That being said, Tennessee, you have the chance to spoil Vandy's season. You have a chance to ruin their hopes and dreams. And I think you do that. Tennessee's out of the playoffs no matter what, but Tennessee has the chance to just ruin Vandy's playoff hopes on Saturday. And I think they do. I think Tennessee wins this game.
Yay.
That's my thoughts on it. Now, obviously, y'all could lose this game, but I do think y'all win it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. But you best believe that if and when we do beat Vandy, I'm gonna pull up that picture of where Diego Pavia said he was gonna run the state, and I'm gonna let Vandy fans know about it.
Man, on our recap show next week, I will give you as much time as you want. If y'all beat Vandy, I will give you as much as you want on next Monday to give it to Pavia and Vandy fans if y'all win. I'll give you as long as you want.
Yay. So yeah, I guess we might need to make the show like a multi-hour show then.
Probably going to be 6 hours.
Yeah.
But going to the Friday ones, I mean, I feel like we talked about Georgia Tech. I don't think we talked about this one though yet. A&M and Texas. Oh wow! And look at that, Texas. The matchup predictor favors Texas. 51% chance for Texas to win, and A&M has a 2.5% chance. Oh, Aggies. Oh, Aggies, how close you are to a 12-0 season. How close you are, and what an incredible season it's been for Texas A&M. They avoided disaster against my team a couple weeks ago, unfortunately, with the biggest comeback in school history. Texas has owned A&M in history. They just have. This is a night game in Austin. And Texas, in my opinion, they're out of the playoffs, even if they do win in this game. So I think, I don't think Texas is getting in the playoffs. I don't. So I think really the best thing Texas A&M fans, Texas fans have to maybe look forward to is a chance to ruin the Aggies' undefeated regular season. Like, you have a chance to spoil their undefeated season. You do. And it being at home in Texas, and again, Texas, we know what a disappointment they've been to. I mean, guys, this is the preseason #1 team sitting here at 8-3. But we have kind of seen Arch Manning look a lot better recently. We have not to not nowhere near as much as he was hyped to be, but I mean, I think we're seeing some growth of Arch Manning. If you look at him, I mean, he's getting better. He does look like he's getting better, but that Texas A&M offense is deadly, man. I mean, A&M's offense is deadly. Defensively, I'd be a little concerned if I was an Aggie fan for this one, because I know how Texas their offense, they've struggled some bit. They've struggled a bit, but they do appear to be getting better. So I think this is going to be a really good game. It's hard to believe this is on Black Friday too. Honestly, thank God, because we have a really good game to watch on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We have a couple. We got the Egg Bowl. We got Georgia Tech. And then we got this one, the Battle of Texas. So, Lucas, let me ask you, what do you think happens? Do you think A&M does, in fact, saw varsity's horns off in Austin? Or do you think the horns and battered Aggie syndrome catches up to A&M here and their undefeated season is spoiled? What do you think?
All I know is this is definitely going to be a game I'm going to keep my eye on when it happens. This is uh, I don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be a really good game. It's been quite some time since A&M has been able to beat Texas, but I will say though, the last time this rivalry game was played in Austin, A&M did win. That's all I'm going to say. Last time A&M and Texas played each other in Austin, A&M won. Like you said, Marcel Reed has been really good. He could be in New York for the Heisman. That A&M offense has been super deadly. Their defense has been playing pretty good too, but it's on the road at Texas, a pretty tough environment. Arch Manning has been getting a little bit better. It's just going to determine which Arch wants to show up, honestly. If Arch wants to go out and play good, I honestly think Texas could win. But if he plays bad, then Aggies all the way. And honestly, as a Tennessee fan, I absolutely hate Texas because I still think that Tennessee is the real UT to this day. Texas fans will say they are, but it's not true. Tennessee was
As a
literally a
Gamecock,
school.
I agree. Tennessee is the real UT.
Yeah, we was literally a school before Texas was even a state. So yeah, horns down on that.
But hey, Lucas, I got to stop you though. With that logic, you can't call us USC Junior anymore, because we also came before California was a state. Just saying. So with
US.
that logic, we're the real USC.
Yeah.
Just saying. Hey, look, he agrees. Let's go, baby. We got him to admit it. That's a bigger win than 63-38, man. I'm almost in tears. He finally admitted it.
But yeah, man, Texas has absolutely dominated this rivalry. According to this, it is 77-37 in favor of the Longhorns. That's crazy.
Whew,
Uh,
yeah, that is a domination.
yeah, I don't even know if Texas really considers this a rivalry like A&M does. uh, but man, part of me does want to see A&M win. But man, I have a friend who's an Aggie fan, and ever since A&M has been good this year, man, he's been super cocky this year. He's been super cocky this year about how good A&M has been. He won't stop it, and he'll let people know about it, like how good A&M is this year, and tell everybody else in the SEC. And I understand, A&M is usually like that team who has really good talent but just underperforms every single year.
Kind
So
of like
it's
the
nice to see.
Cowboys when you really think about it.
Yeah, yeah, they've had some talent and just underperformed in the past, and not this year though. They apparently found themselves a coach in Mike Elko. Uh, but not gonna. This is like the actual like first real SEC team that A&M is playing. Like they haven't really played any good SEC teams, if you think about it. Like they haven't really been playing any good SEC teams. Like their best win is against Notre Dame. Which I guess Notre Dame's a good team, but yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy, but
Well, Texas, I still wouldn't consider Texas like extremely good. I mean, they've gotten better as the season's gone on, but I still wouldn't consider them like extremely good. But yeah, like you said, man. I mean, here's who they played in the SEC. They played Auburn, who they won. They beat 16-10. Auburn's a dumpster fire. Mississippi State 31-9. Mississippi State is also pretty dog shit. Florida, Florida. Arkansas 45-42. Ooh, nearly sniffed L there to Arkansas. Decimated a terrible LSU team in Death Valley. On the road at night, by the way. Beat Mizzou on the road pretty bad, 38-17. Why, Carolina? Just why? Found a way to come back in the biggest comeback in school history against the Gamecocks. They've had a couple close calls, but man, A&M just keeps finding ways to win, bro. They just do. It feels like, though, they've had quite a bit of close calls here. This could be a week where things could go very south for A&M because Texas actually has a really good defense. Unlike, and Auburn does too. I could see this being a lot like the Auburn game. I really could, where it's like a 16-10 or just some kind of defensive matchup where maybe A&M's offense is just not having their best game because Texas's defense is holding them off. I think it could be one of those games, man. I'm going back and forth on this one. I thought this was a shoe-in win for A&M a few weeks ago. Texas could absolutely win this game, in my opinion. They absolutely could.
yeah, I don't know what to pick. So I'm just gonna let a coin decide for me.
A coin. Uh-oh. Well, literal toss-up, man.
Yeah, that's how I don't know who to pick. It's literally a toss up. So I'm just gonna let a coin decide. So I guess heads for Texas and then tails for A&M. Oh, it is tails. So I guess I'm rolling with A&M.
Fair, fair, fair. You know what? You know what? I think you've convinced me, man. I think you've convinced me. I might do something very similar. I might do a spin, a wheel spin, or something to see who wins this game because I'm also having a really hard time um thinking who to go with. So
Or maybe if you want to, you can just go with Texas. So at least one of us is right.
Nah, I'll still go with. All right, here we go, y'all. What the heck? All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Who am I going with? All right, I guess I'm going with Texas. But it's an A&M colors. It's reverse colors. So probably not a reliable pick for all the Texas fans that are hopeful, but yeah, I guess difference of opinion here. You're going with the Aggies. I guess I'm going with the Longhorns here
I mean,
because
if you
oh,
think
go
about it, it
ahead.
makes sense. So at least one of us can be right.
Yeah. Yeah, but moving on. You want to do the Egg Bowl? You
Yeah,
want to
let's do
just
the
say who you think wins real quick?
yeah Ole Miss.
You know, this has the potential for a doomsday scenario for Ole Miss, in my opinion, because you've already got all the rumors with Lane Kiffin's future and everything. Ole Miss is giving him until I think the post game of the Egg Bowl to make a decision on his future. Does that serve as a distraction for Ole Miss? Because Mississippi State has found ways to lose games all season long in a special way. They've also gotten really close. I mean, they had a pretty good lead on Texas before they decided to choke like my team did, and they hung with you guys for quite a while. And Tennessee obviously clutched up and found a way. Only a 6.5 point favorite. I'm gonna tell you, this game to me really does have it has the potential to be a doomsday scenario for Ole Miss. It really does. It really does. Mississippi State, and the fact that Mississippi State's fighting for a bowl game as well, and Ole Miss is pretty much fighting to secure a playoff spot. And who knows what's going down with Lane Kiffin and everything. I personally think he might be gone. I personally think he might be gone. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna make a really bad decision here, Lucas, and I'm probably gonna regret come Monday. I'm gonna say the doomsday scenario happens. I'm gonna pick Mississippi State with the upset. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go with the dogs to get it done.
I like it, man. Which I mean, our Mississippi State, I know they're going to play their best game. I mean, it's their biggest rival, and plus Mississippi State. Not only are they fighting for like a bowl, but with a win, it can literally end Ole Miss's playoff hopes. Likely.
Good. Again, like who knows what's going on with Ole Miss right now, dude? Like with the Lane Kiffin news, like does that serve as a distraction or anything? Like it's just you have to wonder, man. You have to wonder. And again, this is a pick I am not I'm absolutely not feeling very confident about. By the way, I am not confident in that pick whatsoever. But something is telling me this could be a doomsday scenario. It really could be. Keep your nose clean, Ole Miss. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay focused, or might find yourselves swallowed by the cowbells come 3 o'clock on Friday. But yeah, we talked about just I think Georgia beats Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech found a hilarious way to lose in a very special way against Pitt, and I just think they're done. Might as well get to probably our final prediction, and that
Oh,
is the game where Throw everything out the windows, y'all. Throw everything out the window. And I mean absolutely everything. The record, I mean, just throw it all out of the record. Because the Iron Bowl at Jordan Hare, it doesn't matter what year it is or what team it is. Some special weird thing always seems to go down in Jordan Hare. Last time we had the 4th and 31. We had the 4 overtime, I think, in 2021. And in 2019 and 2017, I think Auburn beat Alabama. And of course, who can forget the legendary kick 6 in 2013? I mean, it's just everywhere. It's just every time this game is played in Jordan Hare, it doesn't matter how bad Auburn is and how good Bama is. It's weird. Like you know something's gonna happen that's gonna make this a legendary classic. And I'm expecting another classic. Some way, somehow, Lucas, we're gonna remember this game for some weird reason. I've come to expect that of the Iron Bowl. I just have.
Mm-hmm. Like you can look at the recent history in the Iron Bowl. Like it seems like every single time this thing's played in Auburn, Auburn for some reason always keeps it close. It's always just a very entertaining game every single time it's played at Auburn. Like last time it was played at Auburn, it was fourth that fourth and 26 touchdown to Isaiah Bond. It was absolutely insane.
From 4th and a mile.
Yeah. And then 2021, the multi-overtime game between the two. And then 2019, where they beat them that year, kept Alabama out of the playoffs. 2017 beat Alabama that year to basically screw them out of their undefeated season, where Alabama still won the national championship that year. But 2015 was the last time Alabama beat Auburn in Auburn by 2 or more scores. 2015.
10 years ago.
Yeah. But I think, did it say Alabama's only favored by 6.5?
Yeah, and it opened as a 3.5 point favorite too.
Dang. But I am expecting Alabama to win this game, because, if they lose, they're out of the playoffs, obviously. But I know Auburn would absolutely love it because they can still make a bowl game. And they would love to absolutely end Alabama's playoff hopes, but I got
it's
Alabama.
Like a 2-for-1 special if they beat Auburn.
Yeah, if they beat Alabama, yeah. But I got Alabama, but in a close one, in a very close one. I think it's going to be a game because it's just always a crazy game in Jordan Hare.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Like I said, dude, this game will be a classic. We will remember this game. I feel this way. We will remember this game for some weird thing that happened in this game because it is the freaking Iron Bowl. Well, that being said, man, I can see Auburn's defense making this hell for Alabama. I could. And Auburn, you have an opportunity to do two things here. You have an opportunity to, number one, make a bowl game. And number two, ruin Bama's season. Like a 2-in-1 special. With that being said, I think this will be a good game. I mean, maybe I'm putting too much emphasis on the past here, but it's like, again, you come to expect the classic almost every time these teams meet in Jordan Hare, just because it seems like every year in Jordan Hare, it's something we're remembering this game for. 4th and 31 a couple years ago. The multiple overtimes in 2021. But, we ran through the list. With that being said, I do think Alabama wins this game. And in fact, I do not think we have a classic ending in Jordan Hare. I think Bama wins this game by double digits. I do. I think they win this game by maybe 2 scores. But at the same time, it's just I can see this being another just classic at Jordan Hare. I could see this being another like weird game, and something happens that we remember this game for a while. I just do. I could see it going down like that, but I don't think Auburn is that lucky, unfortunately. I think they lose. I think Bama wins and they punch their ticket to the college football playoffs. That being said, that's pretty much gonna. Oh man, the dumpster
unless you want to
fire,
unless you want to cover that one.
the
Do you want to come
dumpster
through?
fire poll. Why not? Let's talk about what another shit show this one's gonna be. Oh man, I feel like we already kind of talked about it. Look at this. Florida State is a 1.5 point favorite. Oh man, it's in the swamp too. Here's the thing though, Florida State, they still have a chance to make a bowl game, but they had to beat Florida too. What an absolute wreck and trash can this game is gonna be, dude. Oh my god.
You know what? Just to make Florida's season even worse, just go ahead and give me Florida State.
Nice. Nice. Tiger Raven says, I love watching Rec Talks rage when Georgia Tech loses. Yeah, it is pretty entertaining when the crash outs when people's team lose is always very entertaining. I'll admit it. I'm a Gamecock fan, so I'm always sad when Carolina loses. But not gonna lie, Carolina Jackpots crash outs are always pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna even as a Gamecock fan.
Yeah, I remember he broke a TV when
I almost wanted to too. I can't blame him for that. But yeah, this will be a hilarious game for all the wrong and stupid reasons. But you know what, Florida State, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here because as bad as Florida State is, I do think they're a little bit better than Florida. So, and obviously, as we saw, their home field advantage really doesn't mean anything. But these are between two really bad sacks of shit football teams. And I think Florida is still more depressed sack in this one. So I'm going to take the Noles to win the Comedy Central game of the year. Oh man, I can't wait for to see just how bad this one's going to be. But that being said, Lucas, I think we've covered all I think that's really worth covering. That really captures our interest.
yeah, I can't think of anything else.
I mean, Kentucky, Louisville, maybe. I mean,
Uh, I got Louisville in that one.
yeah, me too. Me too. Look, Louisville found a hilarious and stupid way to lose to Clemson, which Clemson can thank that for the reason why they're bowl eligible right now. Because if not, they'd probably be fighting for bowl eligibility against the Gamecocks this weekend. So, um, Clemson's already going to a bowl. Carolina already played themselves out of a bowl game. So, this weekend's game is everything for South Carolina, dude. I mean, I hate the frame of rivalry game that way, but it's just like this year, it's everything to you because I mean, what the hell else? I mean, what you ain't got nothing to lose, bro. I mean, ain't got nothing to lose. You might as well just beat Clemson for the fun of it. But even then, I mean, what does that really do for you beating Clemson? Because you're going to be 5-7, but I guess it will be fun. And again, no matter how bad we are, I'll never not enjoy beating the shit out of the Clemson Tigers. I'll never not enjoy beating Clemson. I'll never not. But man, this weekend's game is going to be something. I'm going to be there, and I cannot believe that I'm going to be attending this game. I did not think I would be, but sure enough, I'll be in the building, hopefully watching my Gamecocks get the win. But Lucas, it's been a fun show, my man. We're coming up on 2 hours of this stream, man. 2 hours. It's been a fun show, brother. But you got any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, go Vols and anchor up, baby. Yeah, let's beat Vandy.
Yep. Yep. Y'all got a chance to keep Vandy and Pavia out of the college football playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And not going to lie to you, bro. Like I told you, I think you guys are going to win. And I know you said you think we're going to beat Clemson, which I genuinely love you for that prediction, by the way. But thank you for joining me. And good luck to the Vols, man. I hope you guys succeed. And I'm hoping the same for both my Sooners and my Gamecocks because obviously Oklahoma, that LSU game, LSU's bad, but like that, Oklahoma, you have to win that game to make the playoffs. You do. Make it and you're in because you're Oklahoma. So you would get in with a win because you're OU. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching and listening, and we'll be live perhaps next Monday night for our recap and um yeah, really fun show. Best well, I'll end it on this. What do you think's better, Lucas? The first week of the season or rivalry week? Because both are very fun.
Oh, not gonna lie. If you would have asked me this, because last year's rivalry week was absolutely entertaining. There was, flag plants and everything. There was a bunch of fights and everything. Well, rivalry week last year was absolutely entertaining, and hopefully rivalry week is like that again. But I don't know if it's going to be. Uh, all I know is you you better not have Clemson, win, because what if Clemson goes in there, plants a flag midfield?
They did that in 2023.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did that in 2023. Yeah, oh man. You take the risk of that, unfortunately, when you go to the rivalry games. But yeah, if nothing would, I would absolutely hate to go there and see Clemson just celebrate on their home field, probably plant the flag on the Gamecock, do that whole "we run the state" type of stuff. Like I just freaking hate to have to listen to those idiots for a whole year. But and look, man, you have a chance to win two in a row for the first time since 2010. Yeah, before that, by the way, the last time you won two in a row against Clemson was in the 1960s, bro. Oh my god. But yeah, Gamecocks really don't you lose while I'm in the building.
Right.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Same.
hear I don't want to see them Tigers go up into the cockpit again in the student section taking pictures. I don't want to see the video of them in the locker room doing the whole USC with the sandstorm mocking Carolina. And I don't want to see them again with that whole stupid whiteboard. We run the state, bro. We run the state, bro. I don't want to see that. So be kind to me for just one more week, Carolina. You can go back to torturing me again next year, like you always do. But just give me one more week to have some fun. Just one more week.
Yeah.
You've tortured me all season long. Just give me one more week of fun, please.
Yeah.
But
I really need Tennessee to win this. I cannot just fathom the idea of Diego Pavia beating us and he takes the Vanderbilt flag and plants it midfield. I just can't. No.
Oh man, well, brother, it's been a fun show. Hopefully, it'll be another fun show next week. Of course, if our teams win. And I will see you next week. Appreciate you joining me on the show. And we hope everybody. I hope you have number one, I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving, bro. I hope you and your family both have a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you enjoy the games
Yeah,
this
you
week.
too.
And I hope your Vols get the win.
Thank you, man. You too.
All right, and I hope everybody has a good one. We'll be back live on Wednesday night, me and Andrew, to give our full preview and prediction of the Carolina Clemson game Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Mark the calendar, save it. It will be a fun show. But Y'all have a good one. Go Gamecocks. We'll talk to y'all later.